Hey guys, Silverlord here, back again with another action figure review to celebrate the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Target exclusive Superman vs. Doomsday 2-pack, brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, who aren't exactly fine folks in this case, because this time I got a bone to pick with those sons of bitches, but we'll get into that. Because before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review. Take a look at what accessories we get in this 2-pack here. A pair of flight hands for Superman. That's all we get. As far as useful, we'll say, accessories in this 2-pack. That's kind of lame, because when I think of Superman fighting Doomsday, I don't think of him bitch slapping him across the face like a girl. I think of him punching him right in the teeth like a man. So, I don't know what's going on there. But, alright, I guess. That said, we get two, count them, two collectible trading cards. Not one of Superman, but one of his cape, being used as a flag there. Bios on the back, which you can pause and read at your own leisure. But long story short, Doomsday came and saw and kicked Clark Kent / Kal-El's punk ass. Made him his bitch. So, yeah. He friggin' died. No, they both died, but Superman, I'd like to think, died first. Because, in my opinion, the best Superman is, in fact, a dead one. So, before we get into that Doomsday there, why don't we take a look-see at this repainted-ass Superman that comes with a stand. Doomsday comes with a stand too, but why the hell would he need it? I mean, I know that figure's loose, spoiler alert, but he's still got big clomper feet that could hold him up, right? But as far as the Superman goes, it's the same body as the Justice Lord one, and compared to the DC Comics 1000 one, I kind of like this one more still. And putting that one next to Doomsday there, I kind of like that scale more. Much like I preferred the scale of the Hush Batman and or Three Jokers Batman to the Bane Mega figure, I prefer this scale to the Doomsday one. This Superman's a little taller. This one's a little bit more squat, although it does make Doomsday look rather large and in charge, so I don't mind that per se, but the DC Comics 1000 Superman is a better sculpt for old Supes here, in my opinion. But, yeah, battle damage Superman, he's got the same cape as the infected Superman. And then he's got some battle damage that's just kind of painted on. It's okay. I guess if you wanted to, you could heat it up and kind of carve it with a knife to give it a little bit of texture or whatever you want to call it. But as far as articulation goes, his head is on the double ball peg, so he can look up and down, left and right, tilt side to side. He's got a beat to snot head there. I don't know if this is reused from the... Actually, is it the same one as this guy? I don't think so. They look a little different, but it's hard to tell. Gotten so many Supermen at this point. Can't keep track of that. The, what is it? Gladiator Superman had a head like this too, didn't he? So, yeah, not sure on that one. But, the shoulders can go out. He's actually got the nice tight ratchet in there. They can go back down. They can rotate. Got the rotator cap too. He's got the bicep swivel that works nice and tight too. Double elbow, which, much like the Justice Lord Superman, really tight on that, but it does work. Not too bad. A little bit of the Cliffs of Dover on that elbow, but not terrible. And then the wrists are on ball hinges. And if you're wondering if you could use the fist from this guy on this guy, I don't think so. I think the ball hinges are too big on the DC Comics 1000 one, that is. far as the torso goes, you can crunch forward and back. You can tilt side to side and rotate some. That's all fine and dandy. His legs can kick forward, back, out, down. A little thigh quiver there. Double knee. Daggum. Again, no cliffs of Dover there. Just kind of flat. Listen to that. That crunch. Holy cow. If every figure did that, I wouldn't have to worry about loose joints ever again. He's got the ball hinge ankles. Maybe could have used a couple more points there to help him stand, but I don't typically have trouble standing the DC Multiverse figures, unlike some people. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but there you go. He does have the rocker as well. Rotation and a toe joint. That's kind of loose, but his ankle joint's tightened up to kind of compensate for that. So I'm not going to deduct points for that. Even though toe joints suck and can go to hell, they're not terrible on this guy to the point where he can't stand up. Now, this Doomsday here. Very much looking forward to him. Man, am I disappointed. Don't get me wrong. It's a cool looking Doomsday figure. He looks badass. Like, they went to town with the sculpt on this guy. But the freaking sleeves on the arms aren't painted. Really? Just hit it with some green. Would it have cost that much? It's a mega figure. Paint the damn thing, please. This isn't like Bane where it just needed some buttons and buckles and things painted. This guy literally has cloth on his arms that is not painted. That friggin' sucks. That looks cheap as hell. Speaking of cheap as hell, I don't know if you can hear that. What is this, an ASMR freaking video? Hollow AF torso. That's pretty lame. Considering the fact that this guy utilizes some of the parts from the Devastator, the Batman Doomsday kind of hybrid from Dark Knight's Metal Layer, I'm surprised how light he feels. Like, he is very, very light. Very, very hollow. And kind of loose at points. So, as far as articulation on him goes, he's got the double ball peg in the head. His jaw can open and close. Can tilt side to side. Do all that fun stuff. Shoulders can go out. Back down. They do rotate kind of loosely. He does have that rotator cap in there. Elbow can rotate. I will say the arms feel fine on this guy. You can get almost a 90-degree bend out of that. And then his wrists can rotate. Then he's got this stupid hinge in the arm, which is a pain in the ass to use. But it is there. Guess it's better than nothing, but that is poorly placed. That should have been in the hand, but he is literally reusing the Devastator arm, so I can't give him too much shit for that, but yeah, not ideal. And then his torso, he can crunch pretty far forward and pretty far back, but man, is it loose. Mine is not as bad as some people's. Mine is okay. You can rotate too, and then tilt side to side. But mine is not bad as far as that goes. But I will tell you, you can literally pop this guy right apart at the midsection. And if you got some, what's this stuff called? Kikis, you could probably put a little bit in there. Make it a little better. But the reason the torso is kind of loose, he's got this rubber socket here. It's almost like a washer. It's very weird. I don't know why they did that. I've seen some people not put this on all the way and make Doomsday even taller, but I don't really think that's necessary. I don't think his height is the problem. I think he's just too damn loose. And that blows, because this is a cool ass looking figure, but he is too freaking loose. But again, mine is better than some I've seen. His waist can rotate, that's fine. That's fine and dandy. Again, mine isn't terrible, I guess, but gee whiz, man. Such a cool looking piece of shit. His hips can kick forward and back. Those are also kind of loose, but not as bad as some people's I've seen. They can also kick out. The diaper gets in the way. There is ratcheting in there, though. So again, maybe if you hit that with some kikis too, that'll be a little better. He's got a thigh cut. And the knee on mine can bend back all the way. Some people's, it gets stuck. And that's because of the notches on this ratchet here are not cut right, or there's like too much of something. I don't know. It's not even like flashing, but the knee can't bend all the way back on some of them. And I've only seen it on the right leg, so I don't know if it's on both sides or not, but he does have a swivel below the knee, and then his feet are on tight ass ratchets. So again, I don't think he needs a figure stand. I think he just needs to be a little less loose up here. And then he's got a rocker. So a cool looking figure, don't get me wrong. This is probably one of the coolest looking Doomsday figures we've ever gotten from any company, Mattel and DC Collectibles and Direct included, but damn it all to hell, man. They half-assed it. Not all the way, but enough to kill my buzz, because this could have been one of the figures of the year for 2023, and it's just not. It's one of the most disappointing. I don't even mind like the bunny ear shape to the ponytail. I just wish he was tighter. I wish he was heavier. I wish he was just the Devastator but taller. Because I want them to redo Devastator, but not like this, man. Not like this! So, yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. But it still looks badass standing there. Look at that thing. That said, before we wrap this up, we of course got the Mythic Legion's brother Mandibulus dropping his stupid ass mace thing. Pissing me off, son of a bitch. And then we got the infamous K11 Spawn, who's not towering over everyone today, because Doomsday is a mega figure after all. And as I mentioned in some of the previous DC Multiverse reviews, a lot of my collection's in storage, so don't have any mega figs on hand to compare them to. So with that being said, it's time now to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and while I am happy that we finally got a tried and true Doomsday figure in the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line, not gonna lie, I am a little bit disappointed in it. Not only does he feel super light, hollow, and cheap, especially compared to the Devastator, who utilizes some of the same parts. I mean, that thing was a hunk of chunk of burning plastic, and that was only 20 bucks. But he also feels fairly loose. Now, mine is not as bad as some other people's, and another thing that mine's got that some people's don't have is a functioning right knee. I don't know what's going on with that, but some people's knees don't work right. It's still looser than I'd like, and I know a lot of people out there are going to be like, oh, they'll get it right the next time. That's some bullshit I'd expect from Hasbro. Yeah, McFarlane might not get it right the first time every time, but their first attempt used to be, we'll say used to be, better than most people's first attempts. And I'm hoping that in the future they make some changes, because I'm not going to lie, the past year for DC Multiverse has been hit or miss for me personally. Mostly from a quality standpoint, and that's not something I thought I'd say. If you went back to 2020, Overlord Productions and said, hey, the DC Multiverse line's gonna kind of go to shit after a while, I'd be like, you're crazy, you're insane, that is bolonga. But unfortunately, this Doomsday 2-pack is a perfect example of what I don't care for in the DC Multiverse line. Cheap, hollow, loose, unpainted, half-assedness. I expect better from this company. I want better from this company. I hope we get better from this company. I mean, seriously, Bane was not this disappointing, and he had his issues. So, with that being said, I guess the only thing that is worse than this 2-pack was the year 2023 itself. I don't know about you guys, but my 2023 sucked big fat hairy donkey balls. So, screw 2023. Here's hoping that 2024 is a lot better. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.